After a week of travelling through some pretty poor weather, we laid up on the south coast for a bit of a rest and to take in some winter sun as the weather was much improved, before exploring more of southern Spain. The Alhambra Palace was spectacular. And only spoilt by the overcrowding, but still well worth a visit. We revisited some old haunts where we used to take the kids when they were young. Estepona Harbour was nice, and still a working fishing port, despite the touristy looks. This is the Three Kings Day celebrations in Savanias. I really enjoyed the atmosphere, nearly as much as the roast chicken from this place. This is Camping Cullera, sadly now disused. We have many fond memories of this place, and it used to be a nice campsite. So we had to content ourselves with this. Mid-January and we were on the move again, this time to another continent, Africa. We set sail from Algeciras, just south of Gibraltar. The port is massive and it seems to take forever to clear, but we soon reached the open sea and watched the Rock of Gibraltar fade to the distance. With only a few miles separating the continents, we were soon in Ceuta, or Ceuta as the Moroccans call it. We soon crossed the border into Morocco, and as soon as we hit the road we became aware that this was a different world. At first it felt alien, but we soon got used to the Moroccan way and started to relax. Traffic for the most part is light, although you can get the odd traffic jam. After a few days travelling, stopping at Asila and Ulidia, we arrived at Essaouira, a lively fishing port. The town has a medina that is a maze of small streets and alleyways, and is a real joy to explore. The atmosphere is relaxed, with plenty to keep you occupied for a few days of exploration. Our only regret is not staying longer. Our next port of call was Sidi Ifni. This was built by the Spanish in the 1930s. Many of the original Art Deco buildings are still to be seen, but most are sadly in neglect, although the authorities do now seem to be taking care of them. Sidi Ifni is a laid-back sort of place, popular with surfers, and is a good place to spend a few days.
I've had a wee wander round about the market, down the beach. Totally unusual to what we used to back in now, you know. But it's nice, quite friendly atmosphere. No severe for them anyway. You're getting kind of used to Harveys and the way they look and things like that. Just something different, yeah, different culture.
Sidi Ifni has an unusual feature. It has an airfield almost in the centre of town, although it hasn't been used for a few years by the looks of it. Next up was more of a challenge, the now ruined French Foreign Legion fort of Jerif. This is a big ask for a 20-year-old fan, but we got there in the end and spent a few hours exploring the fort. Near the fort was this little oasis, with a few overland travellers camped up, mostly large expedition vehicles. The campsite was nice, with a good but fairly expensive restaurant.